Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. And in today's video we're going to be doing a story time. As you could tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the time my sister popped a blood vessel in my face. This actually happened very recently, right? So if y'all are following me on TikTok or even on Instagram, y'all might have seen me post a few pictures, and I'm gonna have them somewhere on the screen. And in those pictures it looks like it's a scar, but really it's a popped blood vessel, because let me tell you what happened. Okay, this was just a few weeks ago, literally, y'all. Like, this just happened. Okay, so a few weeks ago, right, me and my sister had planned for me to do her hair. And for those who don't know, I went to cosmetology school or whatnot. My specialty is cuts, coloring, natural hair, things of those nature. Okay, so with that being said, I had planned to go do my sister's hair, right? So then the day that I was planning to do her hair, she had last minute canceled on me because she was feeling really sick, and she was just like, you know, I just don't think that I could sit there while you're doing my hair. And so I said, okay, that's fine, whatever. So then I told her, you know, well, my next off day isn't until like 4 to 5 days later, but if you want me to do it before my work shift, let me know, because I don't go into work until 1. I just had told her, you gotta be at the house before 10 a.m. I'm talking about at least be there between 9 and 9:30, because that would give me enough time to not only do her hair but then still be able to get ready for work and everything. So with that being said, we was like, okay, cool, we'll do that. Well, come the day that she was supposed to come before work, this girl didn't show up until 10:30 a.m. Mind you, I don't start getting ready for work until typically 11, like 20. So I'm like, girl, I don't think I could do your hair in an hour. And she was like, well, yeah, I figured, whatever, like, we'll just have to do it another time. So I said, okay, cool, that ain't no problem. I said, okay, I guess we're just gonna have to do it on my only off day. So with that being said, it comes to my off day, and before we even get to the off day, actually, the day before I was supposed to do her hair, I called to confirm, like, hey, I'm still doing your hair tomorrow, whatever. And I even asked her, like, hey, do you have anything planned tomorrow? Because if you have something planned, I would rather work around your schedule, just because my sister is very busy. Not only does she work full time, but she's also a mother, and she has different stuff that she has to attend to for not only her but her child. So I'm like, okay, you know, let me know if y'all have anything to do. She said, nah, the schedule is clear, come anytime. So I said, okay, cool, I'm gonna try to come earlier within the day, because I was like, you know, later on I want to do some Uber Eats, right? And then literally right after me and her got off the phone, my friend had called and was like, hey, do you want to link up tomorrow, whatever, like, I want to take you out to dinner, and I said, okay, bro, like, yeah, let's do it. So in my head I'm really like, okay, I really got to do her hair earlier in the day, because even if I don't get to do the Uber, I need to do her hair earlier in the day. But I wanted to do the Uber because I needed to have some money. I needed some money. And long story short, it comes to the next day, right? And I had stayed up extra late the night before, because I had decided last minute that I was gonna wash and like blow dry my hair, so that way I can cornrow it and put it, you know, in a wig or whatever. So anyways, I stayed up extra late, and I stayed up till like 5 a.m. So when I had woke up the next day, it was 1 p.m. and when I checked my phone, I ain't see no missed call, no text, no nothing. So I'm like, that's weird, because for somebody who wants their hair done, and when I checked my phone, I ain't see no missed call, missed text, no nothing from my sister. So immediately I call her and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm sorry I haven't hit you up all morning. I had stayed up late, and I'm actually about to start getting ready now. Are you at the house? And she was like, oh no, I'm at a chiropractor appointment. Mind you, when I spoke to her on the phone the last night before, she said that she didn't have anything planned. Like, literally, I had called her during my lunch break, which was between the times of 5 and 6 p.m. that specific day. So I'm like, girl, first off, how did you even find time to book a chiropractor appointment for a Sunday? Second, I didn't even know that there was offices open on Sundays. But anyways, I digress. So then she proceeds to tell me, like, oh, I have to stop and run to our family friend's house, and then I'm coming to mommy's house. So I was like, okay, cool. But then I was like, hold on, I thought we were doing your hair at your house. And mind you, my sister lives 40 minutes away. And my sister was like, oh, well, you know, I'm already on the way to mommy's house, so just don't worry about it. And I was just like, okay, cool. So mind you, when I had checked her location, she was already pulling up to the family friend's house, which is only 5 minutes away from my house, literally. So after a while, I'm like, okay, well, let me like braid my hair down, because like I said, I had washed it and blow dried it the night before, but I didn't braid it down or anything. So I'm over here braiding my hair down, and as time is going by, I realized after a while, like 50 minutes had went by, my sister's still not at the house. So I'm like, So then I go check that location and see she in the driveway. So I'm like, why is she just sitting in the damn driveway? Like, girl, you should have been came inside. So anyways, I call her and I'm like, oh, what you doing? Because even though, like I said, I already checked her location, I just was going to see what she was going to say. So she's like, oh, I'm in the driveway rolling up. And I was like, well, are you not going to come in the house so I could do your hair? She's like, oh, we're not doing it here. We're doing it at my house. And I was like, oh, when I asked you on the phone, like about you coming to mommy's house, and if it was a change of plans, I was like, you said yes, there was a change of plans by saying don't worry about it because I'm about to just come to mommy's house, whatever. So I said you didn't, you know, clarify that, but I was just like, okay, whatever. And so then after a while, I realized, like, bro, this is gonna run into the time that I'm supposed to go with my friend, because mind you, at this point it's 2:25 and me and my friend were supposed to go out to eat at 7 p.m. and what I was doing to my sister's hair wasn't something that was gonna be really quick, because I was gonna be coloring her hair and putting it in a natural hairstyle. And like I said, my sister already lives 40 minutes away, and so because she had said like don't worry about it, I didn't like get ready at all, because I'm like, you know, during that whole hour that she had took from the last time we spoke, I would have gotten in the shower, because at least if she was rolling up, I would have been fresh and dressed and ready, because then I could have been like, okay, well, let me just hurry up and meet you over there. So then once I realized that, yeah, this is gonna run into my hangout, and I had already been rescheduling plans with my friends, because like I said, like, sister, I was trying to work on getting some money. I ain't had no money, and even though my friend was treating me, I never like to go out anywhere without no money, even if somebody's treating me, because people are funny and you never know, you might end up in a circumstance where for some odd reason their card magically declines. So I need to know that I at least have enough money to cover my own food, okay? So I ended up telling her, like, yeah, actually I just don't think I'll be able to do your hair, because, you know, it's gonna run into my hangout with my friend. I've already canceled on her multiple times, and I was just like, you over here rolling up, and I told you I didn't want to, like, you know, be at your house super late. Like, I wanted to be doing Uber Eats, and I won't be able to do it because I'm messing with you. So then she immediately gets an attitude and was like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And I had told her that I would send her back the money, because the original day that I was supposed to come, I didn't have no gas. So I had told her, like, hey, can you send me the money now so I can get gas before I come over or whatever. And so then when she canceled on me, she said, just hold on to the money until I can get my hair done or whatever, because like I said, later on that week she was going to come during one of the days I had to go to work. So anyways, I just was like, yeah, I'll make sure to send you your money back. I just got to do some Uber or whatever. And then, yeah. So I already knew she had an attitude, because like I said, the way she hung up on the phone. But anyways, I go to my room, and I'm sitting over here trying to take my braid and like stick it inside the like cornrow, so that way like my braids can just be flat when she come knocking at my door. And mind you, she banging at my door. And anytime somebody comes knocking at my door, if I know that it's not just me and my mom at the house, I will ask, oh, hey, who is it? Like, who? Because I'm like, you never know who could be at your door, especially because, like I said, my sister has a child, and so sometimes my niece's father is at our house. So I'm like, if he's knocking at my door, I would hate to open the door and I'm not dressed well. So I answer the door after my sister announces herself, and immediately she busts in and was like, why are you over here asking who is it? You know who is it? And I was just like, obviously I don't know who is it if I asked who is it. I said, if there's more than 2 people in the house, I'm gonna ask so I can know to clarify who it is. I was just like, if it was just me and you in the house, of course I would know it's you. But I said it's not, it's you, me, and mommy. And so then she was just like, so you gonna just let me walk around looking crazy? Because that's something about my sister. My sister is very manipulative, and she don't take accountability for nothing. Like, for example, she could literally punch you in the face, and then you could be like, bro, why did you punch me in the face? And instead of her being like, you know what, I am wrong, I punched you in the face, whatever, she'll be like, well, I punched you in the face because you just looked at me wrong, and this, and it was just like, girl, I didn't even look at you. Like, what are you talking about? You're just reacting. So anyways, like I said, she's very manipulative. So immediately she starts rattling off, so you just want me to be depressed and looking ugly and this. I said, baby, that's your hair. I said, that's not my hair. I said, that's your hair. As an adult who is over 30, you should know how to maintain your own hair that you've had all your life. Especially as somebody who likes to maintain long hair, you should know how to take care of your hair in between going to a salon or going to a stylist. I'm not saying you got to know everything under the book, but that's how I started out. I figured out what styles were the easiest for me to do, and I started doing those on myself, and then that is just how I catapulted into wanting to pursue cosmetology. So with that being said, I'm like, girl, you need to find a simple style that you know how to do. Like, recently I've been into braid outs, but for years my things was twist outs. Like, I was a twist out girly, okay? Like, I just started doing braid outs, and that was only because I was like, let me just try something out my comfort zone, and 2, because I was like, I hate how long it takes me to twist my hair. So I was like, let me try to find something that can go just a little bit faster. So that's why I've been doing them recently. So anyways, back to the story. So she's like steady trying to go back and forth with me, right? So at this point, she walking all up in my face, and I keep backing up, and she keep walking in my face trying to intimidate me. And I say intimidate because it wasn't intimidating no damn body. I was more agitated because I'm like, girl, I'm backing up so you can get out of my face. So immediately I start telling her, get out of my room. Like, can you just get out? Because you over here trying to start stuff, you trying to argue, you trying to go back and forth. I ain't trying to do that right now. Like, you're gonna get your money back, like, whatever. She steady keep walking in my face, and she's like, or what? So after the 4th or what, I'm like, you know what, or what, these hands. And I just pushed the fuck out of her, because at this point, like I said, I done said it 4 times, like, get out of my face, get out of my face, get out of my face, and she repeated 4 times, or what. So at this point, on the 4th get out of my face, my mom was walking out of her room. And the way that our house is set up is that upstairs, like when I'm in my room and I'm looking out my door, I can look straight across to my mom's room. So my mom is coming out her room because she's hearing the commotion and stuff. And when I push my sister is right when my mom starts to bend the corner. So my mom had caught her a little bit from going into the wall because my door was open. So I had, like, she had flew like a good bit. So I just was like this. So then immediately my mom runs in the room and she's like, bro, like, what the heck is going on? This. And I was just like, I told you to get out of my face. You ain't want to do that, so I had to push you. So then my sister calls herself running up on me again. And this time I was like, okay, girl, you want to run up? Let's catch this fade for real. So then I take my hand just like this, and her throat was open and bare, nothing was there. I just took my hand like this and I just pushed her so hard. So like I said, she, like, where the camera is currently standing is where my sister is. So when I grabbed her by her neck, she flew through the door again. So then this time my mom is trying to break us up, and my sister's running up and she's like, what is going on? What is going on? And I just keep telling my sister, like, if you want it, you could get it. Like, if you want this, you could get it. If you want it, you could get it. Whatever. Mind you, this whole time I am butt naked. Like, I don't have nothing on. So I'm like, girl, like, I really don't care. Like, I already am not feeling myself anyways, because literally the day before I was literally sick as heck. Like, I'm talking about, me and my sister was both sick. I don't know what she had, but I know that I had ate a combination of food that just had my stomach toe up. So I was throwing up like all that day, like the whole day. So I'm like, okay, I'm already not feeling good. I'm smelling like a little funky and I haven't eaten. Like, you're trying to start with me, like, please. So anyways, my sister jumps at me and we just get this scrapping. I'm talking about I'm talking about to the point where like she fell into the TV, like, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this girl gonna put a hole in my TV, like what the heck. But at the same time, I just didn't care because my sister was pissing me off. So like I said, we're just scrapping when at a certain point my mom and my sister's on the floor because my mom is trying to hold my sister back, because one thing my sister like to do is when we fighting, she like to try to kick, and I'm like, baby, you should have learned by now that I'm gonna catch them feet every time and have your ass on that damn floor. So she was on the floor, mind you, I'm trying to pick my stuff up because she had started knocking my stuff over, and so I'm picking my stuff up, and this girl proceeds to try to like keep kicking me. So I start grabbing her legs, and I just went over there and I started hitting her. And my mom was like, oh my gosh. So at this point, like I said, my sister keep trying to kick me, and I got her legs to where like she can't hit me no more, and I got her arm, and I'm like pinching the fuck out of her thigh. I'm pinching out of her thigh while I got one of her arms in my hand, right? So we going back and forth, and we just yelling when I decide to get up, right? So I go through the door or whatever, and I'm like, now get out of my room. And so as she's trying to head out, she gonna grab my tripod, which is technically my mom's tripod, and she tried to throw it at me. So I caught it and I threw it back because I literally seen her pick it up. I seen her look at me, look down at the ground to look at the tripod, looked back at me, and then as she was looking at me, she grabbed. Okay, so somehow, some way, some of the footage got lost and it stopped recording and I didn't notice. But long story short, like I was saying, was she picks up the tripod and then proceeds to throw it at me. And as she threw it at me, I catch it and throw it back at her. So because I throw it back at her, this girl then takes the tripod, like it's a ring light attached to a tripod. She then takes it and takes the tripod and break it between like take her leg and like break it in the middle or whatever. So she broke the tripod, right? And she started heading downstairs, and she just still steady talking shit as I'm trying to pick my stuff up. At this point, she going down the stairs, and we still going back and forth, whatever. And so I'm just over here like, what the heck? And I immediately call up my best friend. I'm talking about, I'm out of breath. I'm like, I was like, bitch, I just beat this bitch ass. And she was like, who? I said, my sister. And she was like, what? And so I explained exactly what I just explained to y'all, what I explained to her. And she's like, bro, what the heck? And so I even sent her pictures. Like, I'm going to post the pictures that I had sent her, like, of when it first initially happened. And then, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to have a few pictures posted of what my face looks like when she first popped the blood vessel. And I'm going to also have some around here at the end as well, just in case if y'all just wanted to see more pictures. But yeah, that was a story time about how my sister popped a blood vessel in my face. And the only reason that I'm even telling this story time is because first, so many people at work was asking me like, what happened? And then this boy that I know, he was like, oh my god, like what happened to your face? Like, you know, what happened? And I just told him, like, long story short, me and my sister got to tussling, and he was like, oh my god, like, did you talk about this on your YouTube channel? And I was like, nah, I haven't. And he was like, bro, like, when are you gonna post a story time? Like, I want to know the story time. Like, I really want to know like what happened, and I'll be watching your videos. You need to make a video. And I was like, you know what, why not? Like, let's just tell this story, especially because me and my sister have made up since then. So it's just kind of like, okay, it's like no bad blood or whatever, but if she ever want to run it again, we can run it again, okay? But with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I am out of here. Bye.